exclusive Bumbleberg Inquisitor investigation, Buttons Cremini has been arrested for selling scoops of dirt disguised as ice cream.
What's the big deal? I grew up in dirt. It's not gonna hurt you. And it's cheap.
Adele Pepper reporting.
Real quick, let's do this. League of Incredible Vegetables, Larryboy, and the Menacing Mushroom. So, here we go. Fantastic episode, but we start with Bumbleberg having this crazy car chase where the Scallions are stealing somebody's car? Man, we haven't had Grand Theft Auto and VeggieTales before.
Grand Theft Gelato.
Here, the League of Incredible Vegetables works together to stop these Scallions. There's a weird moment about them calling them illegal scallions. I don't know what that means.
Stop this car this instant, you illegal onion!
But I'm gonna leave that to Scooter. Anyway, the League goes off, takes down these scallions, but in the process, they kinda bump into each other. Specifically, Larryboy and Thingamabob. No big deal. They're kinda goofy, and this happened before. But it seems to have, I guess, stuck with them, because when they are questioned about it, it does come up. Anyway, our entire episode about this whole Menacing Mushroom is about grudges. And as we continue on in this, we will see how sometimes people keep a grudge even if they don't openly show it.
That you stole my mustache, Wax.
Ugh, don't remind me. I thought it was my toothpaste.
The characters are interviewed by Adele Pepper, who, you know, was formerly Mirabelle in Beauty and the Beast. She seems a little bit more pushy about her reporting. Now, she's been in a couple episodes so far, and now she just seems to be really pushy. That's really strange. The characters don't notice immediately, but Petunia mentions it, Mr. Lunt notices it, and I'm like, huh, is she going to be important to this episode? Are we finally going to get something about her? And I'm glad that I thought that, because, hey, she is. We get on to the rest of the story, and the characters are now thinking about little things that the other person does that bothers them. It seems that this is caused by, at first it looks like dust, but eventually it's revealed that spores that are causing them to hold grudges and to expose their anger. Bob and Larry are upset and debating on who deserves the spotlight. Petunia and Mr. Lunt, who normally don't have any real issues, have a problem with Petunia using Mr. Lunt's mustache cream, and Ricochet is kind of left on the side, not really having an issue with these adults. Which is important, because while these adults fight, Ricochet is the one who's actually doing the investigating. So shout out to Junior Boy out there, the animator, because I'm sure you love this episode. That night, Ricochet checks on what's going on. He and Archibald, after discussing a Bible verse, end up going to investigate what's causing these characters, the League, to fight amongst themselves. Junior followed his lead, and it takes him to a weird place on the outskirts of town filled with old television sets, where an old mob boss sounding mushroom is trying to blackmail Adele Pepper, or force Adele Pepper into doing more nonsense. You see, he had initially hired her to break up the League, but now he wants her to continue in order for him to control the city. Now, to be fair, I feel like there's something on the cutting room floor because the story doesn't make total sense here. But regardless, they see Ricochet, and they're upset. They chase him down, they catch him, they bring him back, they put him in a cage, and Sorry, I can't remember what the name of the mushroom character is, but Scalini was the villain in another episode.
It's me, Buttons Cremini, and I'm holding a grudge against all of you.
Funny, I just saw that same thing happen in a movie.
That's the thing about fibs, Junior. We grow.
Face it, you can't stop this weed. Thanks to your friends up there, I'm getting bigger by the minute.
The characters continue to argue in the Larry cave, and they're constantly pushed and prodded by this Adele Pepper, and eventually the League breaks up. The League has separated, and they're not working together.
Who's gonna stop crime in the city now?
Me, Officer Scooter. That's who's gonna right the wrongs. I do more than...
Adele Pepper reporting.
Ricochet breaks his way out, eventually catches up with the League, convinces them to work together, and they fight the evil mushroom and win the day. So let me talk about a couple things. One, I think it's fantastic the way this episode is put together. Okay, hold it, stop. This episode is full of holes, like plot holes, inconsistencies, animation errors, and like maybe I was blinded by like the fact that they actually use lighting and dramatic shots in this, but oof, the size relations mess with me so much. There are sequences where how big is Larryboy supposed to be? Is he towering over the League of Incredible Vegetables? How big is Thingamabob supposed to be? Then we get to Archibald and Ricochet, who are just like, how big are they compared to the chairs? But let's focus on the story. So Buttons Cremini, the villain of this episode, is very inconsistent. So he wants to stop the League because the League can stop him from his evil plan.
Now I got a grudge what's eating me up inside. I want everyone else to feel my pain.
That's why you wanted to break up the Incredible Vegetables. They're the only ones who could stop you.
Not a great plan.
The League really wouldn't have been the only people to stop him. He's also upset because he's not a veggie. Like, he mentions it.
Everybody rejected me because I'm not some fancy vegetable.
But also he's feeding kids dirt.
It's all I ate growing up.
Anyway, regardless, he has these superpowers, and I don't know where he gets them. That he's able to influence people with his spores, which is like baby-making fluid for mushrooms? But why does it make him grow? And has he always had this power? Or was this like... Because if he's always had this power, why did he use this whole dirt thing? Did he grow inside the warehouse in that sequence with Junior? And if he, like, look at Junior's face. Junior's like, what the hey, when he's looking at Buttons Cremini grow. And then he just turns into spores and runs out the door? And why could he control a tornado of these spores? And if people being angry and having grudges is what caused him to grow, wouldn't they have already had those grudges beforehand? And like Junior said,
You already had grudges. The spores just helped you remember them.
Which means he's not growing from them having grudges, but he's growing from them remembering that they have grudges. Oy. This is a complicated and badly told story. And let's talk about Adele Pepper. Why is she even bullied by Buttons Cremini? Like, what good is any of this to her? Let's say she does manage to break up the League and everything like that.
League of Incredible Vegetables is no more.
Okay, she got some revenge, but it doesn't benefit her if Buttons Cremini destroys the city. In Rumorweed and the Fib, it makes sense that they grew big because these things are known to get out of control. Your lies get out of control, rumors get out of control, and you cannot bring them back in. But you having a grudge, you have the control to let go.
Yeah, sure I get mad sometimes, but I need to learn to let it go!
But first, Archibald at the end, saying, Master Larry, and Larry going, Archibald, you're okay. Why is he even saying that? Like, Larryboy had no idea that Archibald would be in any danger. We do, because we saw Adele come up and like whisper into his ear. But Larryboy should have no context for that, saying you're okay. Because as far as Larryboy knows, Archibald's just in the Larry cave. And then Archibald has this whole thing where he's like, oh yeah, and the cameraman's good. The cameraman literally just caught Junior earlier in the episode.
Say cheese.
Like, we're just gonna forget. Like, Junior's not gonna be like, yeah, that's the guy who caught me, man. Yo! But no, they're just, I guess he's good now. Okay, the reason I brought up Archibald is because even though this doesn't make any sense, it's very endemic about the fact that some of this stuff is probably on the cutting room floor, right? I have a little bit of faith that there's probably a better script that was cut down for the sake of time. I know this because there's a storyboard that was released, and in this storyboard, you can see what actually was supposed to happen. And I'll play some of it for you.
I saw what you did. Is that some sort of mind-controlled substance?
What, this? Oh no, don't be ridiculous. It's much more subtle. You see, everyone holds a grudge. These spores just help you remember. Like all those times the Incredible Vegetables ignore what you say, they must make you feel so unimportant, so useless.
I suppose they do. But I forgive them for it. As God is my witness, your spores will not work on me. Furthermore, I shall now expose your skullduggery.
No. Actually, you won't.
There's nothing you can do to stop me, young lady. Nothing. Oh, stuffing me in a sock. Yes, that would do it.
See, that makes so much more sense, where Archibald has had an opportunity to show his Bible verse in action. He's shown how he doesn't let a grudge get to him. He's able to let go of it. And even if people have treated him badly, he knows that ultimately they love him. And then it shows how the cameraman could be seen as a bad guy. It shows that Archibald was in some actual danger. Once again, Larryboy wouldn't have known this, but it's better than what we got. And I'm wondering how much must be on the cutting room floor, because we should not be having all these plot holes in the Larryboy episode. But yes, the show is made for kids. If anything, they may have just kind of said, hey, chop it up, release it, it's 22 minutes, have fun. But, ugh.
Qwerty, tap into the city's main computer and track Adele's news team to their location.
Why does Archibald have the ability to hack into the main computer to be able to track Adele Pepper? The city's main computer tracks everybody? Like, this should be the episode. Like, should it be cool for this lack of privacy where the city could just monitor any private citizen doing what they're doing? Ugh. Look, this episode just fails on so many levels. So as much as I enjoyed it, I cannot give it anything higher than a 5 out of 10, man. Heck, like, for looking good, it'll get a 5. But like, even then, like I said, it has all those other animation issues. So, oof, it hurts. 4.5 out of 10, dude.
What a nice hero sandwich.
Anyway, if you liked it, I'm glad. If you saw any other problems with Larryboy and the Menacing Mushroom, put them down in the comments. I'll probably do a deeper dive into the problems with modern Larryboy later. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. For all you subscribers out there, thank you so much. Reach 1,000 subscribers. I got something special for y'all. But you're gonna have to wait a little longer. You know, family and all this other type of stuff I'm working on. TV shows and junk. Yeah, watch Proud Family, Disney Plus. Go support your boy. And yeah, that's SDA Storyteller signing out.
Well, the good news is we got your stolen car back.